To get started, I'm going to be using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm. I love using this as a primer because it's so tacky and it gives my foundation, it makes my foundation glow a little bit. And honestly, I love the smell. And then next, I'm going to go in with the BH Cosmetics Perfecting Concealer in the shade Medium Dark. I'm going to use the orange shades that's orange shade, blah, blah. to conceal my under eye circles and also the dark spots around my mouth. I've noticed when I don't use that when I do my foundation, it tends to just look really dark around that area, and it gives me like this mustachy goatee kind of look if I don't do it on the lower half of my face. So I'm going to make sure I blend that out completely, because if I use too much, for some reason my foundation comes out orange. It looks really weird. Next, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the shade Caramel. And I'm also going to use the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set to spray my foundation brush with it. And the foundation brush that I'm using, I got it from eBay. It's like this really fluffy, soft kabuki brush that blends out my foundation really, really, really well. I'm very big on making sure the base, which is like my foundation and stuff like that, looks really, really blended out. So yeah, I'm just going to be doing that for a very long time. Honestly, if I didn't have the fast forward video, then I would be blending out my foundation for like 20 minutes because I take forever with my foundation. I was watching one of Wayne Goss's old YouTube videos, and in there he had said something about taking off excess foundation oil with a piece of paper towel, and so that's just what I'm doing. I don't know how well it works, but I just wanted to try it. So yeah, so then I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer in the color Beige. It's to highlight certain parts of my face, which is underneath my eyes, my chin area, my nose, and a little bit on my forehead, of course, to balance everything out. I know the concealer that I use is really light for my skin, but I'm going to go in and blend it all out and everything like that, so it'll look perfectly fine. I'm using the Real Technique sponge, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep blending away. This is a very important step because you don't want your foundation, your concealer to look like two different things. I mainly like to blend in the edges around. And then I'm going to go in with a setting powder from BH Cosmetics, BH Studio Pro Matte Finish Pressed Powder in the shade 230. By using this powder, it definitely calms down the highlight. That's why I said I know it's light, but like I said, by using this, it'll calm it down and it'll take off the excess oils. As you can see, the areas that I use the powder on, it becomes a lot less shinier, and I absolutely love this powder. The brush I'm using is an e.l.f. blush brush. I always use that to set my highlighted areas because it's like very tapered, and I don't know, I love it. I love e.l.f. brushes. They work really well. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Translucent Mattifying Powder and it's in the shade Tinted. And I'm going to use the complexion brush from e.l.f. as well, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face. I love this pressed powder. I've had this powder for a very long time and I never used it, but I don't know, I found it today. I was like, you know what, I'm going to use it, I'm going to try it, and honestly, I absolutely adore it. Adore. So I'm just going to keep blending it or just pressing it on my face. I did step off camera just to add on some eyelashes. And the palette that I'm going to be using to bronze up my skin is the BH Cosmetics Forever Nude palette, the Sculpt and Glow, and it's in the shade Medium Deep. I absolutely adore this palette. Like, I cannot live with it. As you can see, like, the highlighted shade is gone. It is the perfect yellow shade for me. Like, it's very brightening. The contour is absolutely amazing. The bronzer is amazing. Everything is just bomb. Really, if you do not have this BH Cosmetics palette, you should, because it's an absolute necessity. Like, I cannot live without it. I really do love BH Cosmetics. And the brush that I'm using to bronze on my skin is just this large fluffy. It's not really large, it's kind of medium sized tapered dome brush that I also got from eBay. get your brushes from eBay. It's, if you like, or if you like more expensive random brushes, cool, whatever. But if you can't afford them, honestly, eBay brushes, don't knock it until you try it. And I've tried it and I'm loving it. So I'm just gonna keep bronzing on my face. Look how much of a difference that made, really. So I'm gonna go in with the blush 2 palette that I got from Coastal Scents. I don't really care too much for blushes, nor do I care too much for this blush palette, but it's one of the only blush palettes that I have. I mean, I do like some of the colors and how it works, but a lot of the times it becomes like a little bit too powdery, and you see like I have to keep adding on a lot because I don't want to add too much, because when you go too much you can't necessarily take away unless I add more bronzer and do all that stuff. So I just take baby steps. It didn't show up too well on camera, and I did not realize that until I was done filming and I was looking over the video and everything what I recorded. So if I did know that, which I should try to do something about that, and yeah, I could add a little bit more blush, but this look is very natural, and that's the look I'm looking for. And for me, natural means not that much blush. So I'm going to tightline my eyes with a pencil from NYC. It's their kohl pencil. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. And like I said, this is just a very natural look. I don't want it to be too dramatic. Like, I want it to look like I got ready in 5 minutes. Which, it would have taken me 5 minutes if I didn't take forever on my foundation. Like I said, my foundation is life. I have to make sure that looks good. So now I'm going to go in with a mascara by Wet n Wild, and it's called Mega Length Mascara in the shade C39. And yeah, it's just a regular mascara. I like it. I don't like using too much mascara just because I hate taking it off. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys what kind of lashes I threw on. I threw on these Salon Perfect Demi Wispy lashes I got from Walmart. Absolutely bomb. $8 a pack. Great. And then to highlight, I went in with the Wild and Radiant palette from BH Cosmetics as well, and a small taper brush from e.l.f. And I love this highlighting palette. It's actually a baked, illuminating, and bronzing palette. It is major. Like, the colors on here are so good, and I don't know, I love it. And it's not, and you can, there are 4 different shades, so you can have a really bright highlight or a really subtle one. On my lips, I just got these lip glosses that I bought a while. I don't remember what store. It was just probably like a clothing store, probably Bells or something like that. I got it from, and yeah. And I think the reason why I wanted to do that is because, like I said, this is my natural. If I'm going out, whatever look. Like if I'm going out during the day, I do love a bold lip, but sometimes it could just be a little bit overpowering from where I'm going. And so I just like to put on just a quick set of. It goes down in the DM. I seen your girl post a BM. So now I'm gonna go in and set my face with the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, and I bathe in it, honey. I bathe in it just because I have a lot of powder on my face. Not a lot, but just enough to set. And I feel like sometimes it can look a very, very I don't know, too much powder. Anyways, look, and I hope you guys enjoy. This video is very fun, very springy, very light. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, of course, and I'll see you guys in my next video.